In the whole of MLB history, we've only seen a couple times where multiple runners slid into home plate at the exact same time, with it mostly being the result of either an exceptionally poor read or outright terrible base coaching. Because of this, it's even more rare to see both of these runners be safe. As prior to the play we're going to be talking about today, I've only ever seen one other time where this happened, on a David Ortiz double back in 2015. But like I just alluded to, we got a chance to see exactly this yesterday, when the Phillies pulled off one of the rarest plays possible on an MLB field. But before we get there, let's talk about the game overall. They were facing off against their division rival Mets, with Philadelphia ace Zach Wheeler on the mound, who managed to work his way out of a tough spot in the first inning, when he got a 1-out, bases-loaded double play, which is a pretty accurate summation of how things are going for the Mets right now. But at least they would themselves post some pretty nice pitching for their first 3 innings, before running into a little trouble in the fourth, when Blade Tidwell, awesome name by the way, was facing off against Otto Kemp with the bases loaded. On a 1-2, he too grounded a ball on the infield, this one on a high hop to third, which allowed for just enough time for Kemp to beat out the throw to first, scoring the initial run of the game on a hustle fielder's choice. New York would then bring in lefty Jose Castillo to face Brandon Marsh, and promptly see him give up a flare single to left field, pushing the lead to 2-0. That's where things would stay until the top of the 6th, with Wheeler managing to complete 5 scoreless innings before departing due to a high pitch count. This meant that when Pete Alonso registered the first run of the night for the Mets on a towering fly ball to center field off Taijuan Walker, the lead was cut in half, putting this game back within reach, which was shortly after followed by a Jeff McNeil long ball as well. Suddenly, we were tied, shocking just one fan and irritating the heck out of Walker. This brings us to our real action frame, the 7th, where after we would see 2 exceptional defensive plays made in the top of the inning, one by Trey Turner and one by Kemp, Philly would get off to a rip-roaring start with Brandon Marsh lacing a double down the left field line, before Trey Turner did the same down the right field, pushing the go-ahead run across and putting an insurance one on second base with nobody out. Alex Bohm would keep the good times coming with an opposite field single served into right field. The Mets would then bring in another guy out of the bullpen, but it made no difference, with Nick Castellanos flipping his own single into center field shortly after. Following a JT Realmuto walk, the bases were all loaded for Bryson Stott, and he delivered, crushing a 1-1 hanging breaking ball out to center field, just missing a home run before seeing the ball ricochet perfectly to left fielder Brandon Nimmo. But in a somewhat bizarre scene that was developing, Castellanos had got an incredibly bad jump off of second base, resulting in him being in lockstep with Realmuto as they both slid into the plate at the same time successfully. This looked very similar to that Red Sox play I mentioned before, only, oddly enough, both slid in exactly the same fashion. Feet first, off to the right, creating an interesting looking mirror effect. This is easily one of the rarest moments you'll ever come across on a baseball field, let alone on a major league field. This made the score 8-2, and as you'd probably expect, it never really felt close again, with Castellanos crushing a 2-run home run in the next inning before Tyrod Taylor flew out to right field to end it, sealing the victory for the Phillies and breaking the current division tie they had with New York for the time being.
Now, thank you so much for watching, and please remember that if you ever see anything you'd like to see detailed in the Made the Cut video, whether that be a specific play, player, or narrative surrounding a team or something, feel free to reach out to my email, basebeatpoet@gmail.com, and if I do end up using your idea, I'll of course give you a shout out. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one.